Now we know that in the start we're trying to create horizontal forces, and that's why we take this forward lean, so that as we strike the ground, we're coming from the knee forward and we're pushing back under the hip to push us forward. Now that means when we have our recovery of the rear leg from the blocks, we want to try and make sure it stays low to the ground so that it's ahead of the body and can step backwards. If we lift the leg up too much, we know it's going to create vertical forces when it strikes the ground. But the question is always, how low should that foot be in that heel recovery? So often people talk about keeping the rear foot close to the ground, even often talking about toe drag to keep it as low as possible. Now toe drag is going to create some friction, it's going to slow us down, but also keeping the foot that close to the ground means that as we reach that full hip flexion, the foot is now coming up and kicking forwards. Remember, our aim is to apply maximum force. So we want our legs in the acceleration acting like pistons, where they drive from the hip and drive back into the ground. So we don't want to keep so low in the ground. We want to have the hip firing to bring the thigh forward to the front. That puts our toe in this upright position, ready to strike back under our hip. So we're going to stay low with this heel recovery, but we're low because we've kept this chest in a low position. We're driving at 45 degrees, not because we're actively kicking the foot through at a low position, but we're stepping over the ankle, using the hip, priming that toe, then we can step back onto the start line as quickly as possible to apply a horizontal force.